So I've been thinking about other people's eyes this evening, and I've come to the tentative conclusion that other people's eyes are my own way of getting to know myself. And that when I enter a relationship with someone else, I'm really getting to know myself from another perspective. And the deeper I enter into a relationship with someone, the more I come to transcend my separateness and enter this in-between space where I am not really me and they are not really them, but we become something larger. And so our consciousness is no longer lodged in our skull as we commonly think, but it reaches out and it becomes part of this larger field of awareness where these eyes are not one-way portals, but they're a means of transaction, a means of sharing awareness with others. And, oftentimes we don't even have to be in the presence of someone else who we respect deeply to feel as though they are gazing upon us and everything that we do is somehow undertaken with them being aware of it. I mean, be honest with yourself. You probably do this, right? You, even when you're alone, behave as though others were watching you. Because you, your egoic self, your personality, is a product of your relationships with others, of your history of relationships with others. So, contrary to some of the videos I've made about free will, your egoic self is pretty determined. What's free is the awareness, the capital S self underlying your individual egoic consciousness. And that capital S self is something we all share, that which is between our separate perspectives on one another, that which allows us to have a perspective on one another at all. That is what is free, that is what is unconditioned. It isn't lodged in any physical medium. It is that which underlies the physical medium. And so other people's eyes are our own way of getting to know ourselves. And once you fully appreciate what I'm saying here, you become enlightened. Because no longer do you feel separate, no longer do you think that you have something special to give to the world, that you have to get out there. You are the world. You are not separate from what everybody else is doing. And what you do is no more your doing than it is their doing. So there is no individual enlightenment. It's not mine, it's not yours, it's not anybody else's. It's something that arises and emerges from our collective activity, from our relationship with each other. And so when we are able to see each other through one another's eyes, then we reach the truth. Then we see that there is only one I, that it is no more you than me, than he or she, but we. But that doesn't mean the play ends. It doesn't mean the curtain closes and the show is over. We can realize this, that we all see through each other's eyes, and then forget it in the next moment and continue with this play, with this divine unfolding we call a universe, where consciousness has somehow been isolated in these individual bodies, and that's okay. It's beautiful, wonderful. The suffering which apparently occurs is only temporary, and it's not ultimate. The only one suffering is God. So here we are. One moment we realize, we recognize our oneness, and the next we forget it and we're lost again in our separate, isolated individual selves. We go back and forth. We share with each other, just as I'm doing now. And even in this video, I've fluctuated back and forth from recognizing that the eyes watching this video are me to the fact that I am here behind this single eye, this camera, making a video by myself. Both of these realities are true, relatively speaking, but ultimately, only you know what is true. Because you see me. But in seeing me, you see yourself. Otherwise, you wouldn't have understood. So ponder that. And I'll ponder it too. And we'll go to bed tonight and wake up tomorrow and lead our separate lives. But eventually we'll come back home and we'll recognize again what we forgot. I'll be there waiting. So will you.